So your store just got signed up on Game Haven Guild. What do you do? This walkthrough, we're going to go through what does the experience look like from a store employee? What are all the things you can do? What are all the things to watch out for? And what's coming to help stores be more efficient and effective with their digital communications and their digital presence, both in the app and in the larger ecosystem in their websites. So in your menu page, there is a button here for My Store. If you are not associated with a store, by clicking this, it'll launch a claim store activity. Only the owners or general managers of stores should do this. When they submit that claim, we will go through a verification process. It'll include some email verification, some store ownership verification pieces, because we really only want legitimate, community-serving local game stores that have in-person gameplay on this app. Once you actually create your store, by clicking this, it will now take you to your store dashboard. And in this store dashboard, you've got two buttons that are unique to store owners, the edit button and the advance button. This edit button lets you go in and change the details of your store, the name, the hours, things like that. Then this advance button, this lets you go and get your sign on for the GSG network, where the advanced analytics are, the reservation setup, the market analytics, all are there. But then it also has the employee management. So your employees can set up their own accounts, personal accounts, and then you can add their usernames and then determine what of the dashboard you want them to have access to. So there are 6 different pieces on our dashboard, and they're represented here with the 6 buttons. We have the news, events, match, messages, analytics, and reserve. So we're going to run through all 6 of these. But before we do that, let's hit on this other button here, the QR code. When your store is assigned, it was set up, you're assigned a QR code. This QR code is unique to your store, and this is what the check-in functionality all runs through. You should not post this online, as you don't want people being able to just check in from anywhere, but this needs to be posted around your store, recommended around the point of sale. Because as customers are coming in, the recommended language that we've been having success with is as you're checking them out, you're asking them, hey, did you find everything in part 2? And have you checked in yet? When they say, no, they haven't checked in, or what is this? All you have to tell them is this is where we're doing our calendaring and our event scheduling. And they're also doing giveaways by checking in. If they scan it from outside the GHG app, it sends them to a page with links to the website, the download in the Apple Store, the download in the Google Store. They can then download and set up. And then the key is if they're setting up there in store, you want them to then immediately check in. You want them from their player profile to hit the check-in button and scan it, because checking in has them auto-follow your store. And when they follow your store, then they see your schedule. Then they see your events. They have to follow your store or view the local information. But the best experience, and for you as a store to get the most out of this, you want to tell people this is where we're keeping our calendar, posting announcements. You want to then have them check in immediately so that they then follow your store, and then you know that they are going to see your announcements and they're going to see your schedule, because again, there's no algorithms in this. It is all just filters based on what games you follow and stores you follow. So again, back to the My Stores page. The first is news. So think of this like an announcements page. When you create an announcement, you can give it a title, put in your content, and you can add a photo. You can then add games or game categories to it. This gets into the specifics around where it'll get shown. If you do not add games or games categories, it will get shown to anyone following your store. If you add games or games categories, then it will show just to people following your store and following that game, except for on the local tab. The local tab is where it'll then start to show up in that local search, because local search is looking for game categories. So it's recommended for this to start by don't tagging any games or game categories. You can see how it all works through the app, but then start to play with tagging games or tagging game categories to see the visibility that comes with these posts. Let's go ahead and create a simple one, starting here, first post. And we will go ahead and find an image. to put up. We will put up an image of the giveaway we're doing. You can see you can crop and move it around. Let's apply it. And I'm not going to tag anything. So now created. It now shows me, again, on this page, it shows me the post. I then have the ability to delete it. I also have the ability to edit it. I can come in and change whatever I need to update. This then, of course, now shows up on the home page, right? Because I'm following GSG events, it shows up right here. So then if we get into events, events are really the heart of this and where this all started. You have the ability in this app to do 3 different kinds of events. You can do an event that is no game tracking. This is just a pure something's going on at the store. You can do an event down here by creating a game that has external game tracking. This is the majority of the users of this. These are people who, a lot of the TCGs, you have to use a specific website for game tracking. And it's different by game. So we built this specifically so that you can come in here and you can see from some of our tests. Let's do a Warhammer Day test description. We're going to do this on the 29th. We're going to run it from 4 to 9. This one's going to be a casual. You can choose casual or competitive. It's free. We're going to do no prizes. And this will be Warhammer. We're going to go down here and we're going to set up, not specific enough, Warhammer 40K. And then a game format. You can choose the different formats that are preloaded based on the game. So this will be a kill team. And then I don't have the URL, so we're just going to put in our website here. This is where you could put in either a link to the actual tracking site, so like the cardio or the melee site, or you can put in here a link to your website where you're selling tickets to this event. We do not have the ability currently to take any money in the app. It is all set in the fine print of, collected in store. And so you could put in here your website link to sell your tickets in this tracking URL. Now you have the ability to make this a reoccurring event. You can come here and select weekly or monthly, how many times, up to 12, and then change your specifics. And then you also, if reservations are enabled for your store, you have the ability to now come in and book out tables. I want to save these 3 tables are going to be reserved for this event. I will then create the event. And you can see here on the event tab, Warhammer Day we just created is right here. You can come in, of course, and edit it. You can see it's got our tracking link. It's got our information. You can edit the details. You can also see how many have registered, how many have checked in to the event. You can see the tables you have, add any others. And then this is the prize drawing piece. When people actually check into the event, you have the ability to do a prize drawing based on just people who checked in. We found a lot of stores do that for, hey, come to an event and someone's going to get a raffle drawing, right? Come to this, play this game, and we're going to do something special for someone. The app has the ability to do that. You can pull a winner, and then you can actually message that winner in the app through the messaging system to coordinate getting them their prize. The other type of event that we have is we do actually have game tracking in this app. We have the ability right now to do a Swiss format, so round robin, where everyone's playing at the same time by sitting out. We have single elimination that can be done with either a Swiss or round robin seeding, or you can do random seeding into it. And then we also have the ability to do one opponent weekly leagues. This is just the beginning of what we're putting in here. And we're not expecting most people actually to use this at first. We know people have a lot of the sites they are using, but we plan to continue to build that out and make that available. On both these pages also, you can filter into the specific dates or games or types that you need to help narrow this down into exactly what you're looking for. Then we have the matchmaking. This gives you visibility to those matchmaking posts of who is creating games in your store. When are they creating games for? And then you have your message center. This is, again, for the store, it looks pretty blank because you cannot initiate a message. You can message the GSG admin. You can message people who start conversations with you, but you can't initiate a conversation with someone except for the prize distribution. So this will be a list of everything going on. You will be notified anytime you receive a message in here. You also receive an email to your customer service email that you used when you signed up for the app. So things won't get lost in here without you having visibility to it. Then we have the analytics. Again, the advanced analytics are on our GHG network site. There's a lot of detail in that we'll go through in another video. But this gives you some of the basics on showing you your last week, but you can change your dates on your follower account. How many people are following you, how many added. You can see your check-in reporting about how your days have gone. And you can also see your events on, okay, what are your biggest events where people are checking in and some of that data behind those events when you click into them. A whole advanced set is available, again, on GHG Network. We'll review that in another video. And then if reservations are enabled, you can see the reservation management in here. So there are a couple different ones. This one says direct. This is someone who went to our profile and said, I just want to book a room. They did it direct through the app to book one. You've got the stores able to book. You can just right here, without creating an actual event, you can just block time on the calendar. You can reserve your own time when you need it. Then again, events can actually block tables. So they can come in here and say, hey, I need to, right? We showed it where we click those 3 tables, those show in here. And lastly, matchmaking. If you enable matchmaking for reservation to be allowed, it will create a reservation here for matchmaking event. Now you'll notice for these events, if I try to edit it, I have to actually edit it on the event tab. These store events, because they were created here, I can edit them here. And then these direct ones, I can cancel them, and canceling them opens up the message center to then send a note to them and say, hey, this is why we're canceling. I'm sorry we had to do that. So those are the 6 tabs. Again, when you as an employee log in, you may not see all 6 of them, depending on what access you're given. You may only see 1 or 2. You may see all 6. But that is up to the store owner to decide for each employee what kind of access they're getting. And those are the general walkthroughs of how each of those buttons work and how they should be used. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, leave a comment here, reach out via the help option in the app. But again, I would say the first real successes we've seen with this are people who have this QR code near their point of sale, and it becomes a natural part of the checkout conversations. You find everything you need. Have you checked in yet? When they ask what it is, it's as simple as this is where we're doing our calendaring and communication. And then they're also doing a bunch of big giveaways. And then when they sign up for it, have them check in right immediately and build that cadence of they should check in every time they come into the store so that you can start to see that data of how often people are coming in and what it is that interests the people that are coming in. With that, let me know what questions you have. We're ever changing and building out more based on the feedback we're getting from stores. So let me know what you think. Thanks.